Hi, I'm Christina.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Welcome to Diversity Mission.
Our mom is from China and she's lived here for about 30 years now.
But our father is American, which gives us a lot of experience at home with our culture as well as outside in society.
Let's talk about our stories. We're half Chinese and the other half is mainly Irish American, Native American, and something else I'm not aware of. At school, people just think that I'm white until they talk to me and they find out that I'm a lot more Chinese based off of how I act.
So I guess I'm not as outgoing as I used to be in high school. I pretty much act American out in the public just because that's who I'm surrounded by in my environment, usually at like school or at work. At home, I'm a little more kept to myself and just do the things that my family members would do.
In high school, people thought that Christina was Mexican.
Yes, and it's kind of awkward because I'm very pale, so I really don't know how people think I'm Mexican.
But she was a lot tanner back in the day, and she had those thin eyebrows too.
Until this very day, people still come up to me in like my workplace or just out in public in general and speak Spanish to me. I don't even know them, and I obviously don't know Spanish either.
People also think that she's Hawaiian.
Yes, I just want to clarify, I am not Mexican, I am also not Hawaiian.
But when she tells people that she's Chinese,
they don't think that I am. Like, they look at me and they don't think I'm American, they don't think I'm Chinese. They just think I'm Mexican or Hawaiian, which is nowhere near what I actually am.
When you look at Christina, you can't help but think about our mom.
Dinner, it's got meat and vegetables and carbs, anything.
She looks just like her. They're twins, only my mom's an aged version of her. One time my sister came to pick me up and they thought it was my mom.
So when you look at Sarah, it's kind of interesting because she doesn't really resemble anybody in our family, so you really don't know what she is. It's kind of just a mystery. One time it was so bad that when Sarah was in school, people thought that she was adopted when they saw my mom and they just didn't see any resemblance at all.
People look at me and they just think I'm so confused. What are you? At home, my favorite dish is pork chop over the rice.
It's like a semi-fried pork chop with Chinese green beans or vegetables on the side, and it's a totally American dish that we just kind of make Chinese on our own. In school, most parents will only go to conferences for their kids when there's a class that they need to improve on.
But Chinese parents go to all your parent-teacher conferences, which leaves the teachers in kind of a weird situation. When they come in and they're like, your daughter has an A in this class, so we really have nothing to talk about. Awkward silence. So when they don't have anything to talk about because of the awkward silence, then they start to tell them unnecessary things. Like one time she told my physics teacher that I got in a car accident and that I was scared of him.
Your child is not amazing. It'll blow your mind, seriously. You can have straight A's, but that doesn't matter because you can still do better.
You could be the #1 student in the class.
But oh no, you still need to work.
This really happened to me one time. I said, Mom, why do we have to go to all my parent-teacher conferences? She goes, well, I like to hear the teachers say good things about you. And I said, doesn't seem like that. But my mom's always like, oh, not my Sarah. You think she's organized? You should see her room.
It's a war zone.
You can't just say that to my teachers because then they're gonna know.
It's so motivating.
Then my teachers are just so confused, they don't know what to say.
And they start to think, well, I guess I'll just say your child was horrible.
And then my mom will be like, I agree with you.
Have you ever noticed if you have a Chinese family member and you go out into like the grocery store, mainly the grocery store, but any sort of public place, and there's another Asian person there, all of a sudden your family member just goes up to them, just has a full-on life story conversation with them, and when they come back from that conversation, you're like, oh, who is that? I've never seen them before. They're like, I don't know. You just randomly go up to people you don't know in the grocery store just because they're Asian and start talking to them? I don't see any American people go up to another American person in the store and just start having their life stories, exchanged.
Hey, how are you? Where are you from? What's your life story?
I'm American.
Our grandmother used to live here and she had a huge garden in her backyard, and one day the cops showed up to her house and said, ma'am, you're growing marijuana on the side of your house. And she had to say, no, it's a Chinese vegetable. Come on in, I'll cook it for you. My uncle had to come home and explain later.
There was another encounter when we were at the airport and she was trying to bag some green tea and put it in the luggage. That was never gonna work.
it would not make it past through security. Like,
I swear, this is her second encounter being accused of having possession of drugs.
that we know about.
So in the summertime, you think you have all these awesome plans, just to relax, hang out, do things? Oh no, your summer does not belong to you. Let's get the workbooks.
And if you think on a no school day that you're gonna just be able to go outside and relax and lay in the sun, you're wrong. You have a list of chores that you will not be able to complete before she comes home, so your day is over.
Yeah, and then your weekend also doesn't belong to you because you spend it cleaning. So our mom doesn't just say I love you like you think other parents do. Oh, bye, have a nice day, I love you. Call me, I love you. That never happens. One time, I was on the phone with my mom and, I just said I love you at the end of the conversation, not expecting her to say anything back. But all of a sudden she said, okay, bye, I love you. Oh my gosh, I had to take a full moment to recover from that. And I went up to all my friends, I was like, oh my god, my mom said she loves me today.
Isn't that what they're supposed to say?
Yeah, I'm just like, you don't understand. My mom doesn't say I love you.
One time, I called her, and I was really concerned about something, and I said, okay, I love you, Mom, bye. She said, I love me too, but she was trying to say I love you, but she just isn't used to saying it.
Awkward moments. So it seems that Chinese people have a lot of fun with parking.
Oh yeah, Christina, one time I was with Mom and her friends, and we were going to White Concert Hall, and we got into the parking lot, and her friend went to park, and she was perfectly fine, but she went back, front, like 15 times just to get into the freaking stall. And then when we came back out, I was like, okay, is it gonna be like that again, Mom? And my mom was like, okay, just be really quiet. And then I was quiet, but it still happened another 12 times.
And then I had an encounter too, and you were there. We were in the Dillon's parking lot, and there was this person driving a white van, and I had no idea who it was. I didn't know they were Chinese, didn't know they had any sort of affiliation with my mother whatsoever, but I did notice that their parking was absolutely horrendous. They were like taking up 4 parking spots pretty much, and halfway in the middle of the aisle where people drive, and I was like, they're really asking for trouble. I looked at Sarah and I was like, who parks like that? And as soon as I said it, the man got out of the van. It was someone from my mother's church. And he says, hi, long time no see to us. And I'm like, why did it have to be you? Just why? Alright.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. I hope that you have a better idea what it's like to live between 2 cultures now. I know we didn't cover everything, but feel free to leave comments below.
Thank you for watching, and I know my daughters have been making fun of me a lot tonight. Thank you very much, girls. But thank you for watching. Hopefully that you have learned a lot about Chinese.
And some of the struggles it is to grow up here in America and still have to share different cultures and different environments. Please subscribe.